Hello everybody, so again live stream. Today we'll draw this like freeway stuff. I don't know what to call this thing. It's very interesting. I like this kind of tangles with the roads, so I think it's nice also to make some example how to draw this stuff. So here we can see, like, I will show example. It's like this situation when it looks like here is no perspective, but still actually it must be perspective grid applied for such view. So here it will be like isometry. So let me finish. Okay, yeah, so what we can see as usual, like where is the vertical lines and what happened with other horizontal kind of horizontal lines. So vertical lines here, just vertical, no convergence, no kind of perspective, no vanishing point for this situation here. And we can take for example like this part of road and use this as example for x and the y axis. So if vertical y axis is just vertical line here, then we can say z will go this direction, like this road on reference, and x, it will be like, no, it's like 90 degree to this angle, right? It will be x. So just make a couple of these lines. So it's just some base. It's to establish feeling of space. Because like if you draw like storyboard or comic book or illustration, like even if you draw some view like this, it should be perspective grid. Then perspective grid is ready, very simple here. Then we can make some composition sketch like above perspective grid. So it's like I told before, like each step is a good foundation for next step. Perspective grid gives like a foundation for composition, because this composition, it's largely based on a three-dimensional space. It's all about stuff in a space, right? So here we have this kind of main road here. Then this one like a V or arrow shape here. And then, so here I started thinking like how I want to adjust this, because if I will just copy like directly from this photo, this will be too boring. actually. So it's kind of think about making artwork. It's what artists, let's say, like, what is artist's part in it, right? So if you're just copying directly, like you became just like a copy machine, then it's like zero artist quality, right? So talking about artwork when it's processed by artists, and it's mean you should to resync everything here. So and like here all the things like amount of roads, direction of roads, it's only suggestions. We can use them as long as this look as a good idea. It's like suggestion for composition, it's a suggestion for like information. So you can see, like, I tell you, for example, so what we see here, like information wise, like kind of objective aspect of this, we see like spelling in the words thing, you know, like we see this kind of a road, we see vehicles, and we see like hill or ground. Like again, it's kind of here hard to say what actual situation with the ground here, but it's some nature kind of anyway. So it looks like a greenery here, right? So let's say trees. So we have three category. So 1, 2, 3. So road. What is road consist of? What is elements of this roads here? So we can say, okay, so it's like this surface, then it's like pillars, then oh, like we can like more, yeah, more detail like this pillars. They have this kind of thing. Then it's what else? Okay, this surface and pillars. Then surface. Okay, surface have like a road itself, like which have this like marks on it. Also, it have light poles. Also, it have railings. What else can see? Okay, just also it's like main elements here with this road. Then pillars. Okay, pillars like two type, because this one I also see second type where it's like double pillar like this. Then we say vehicles. Vehicles, and this picture here, so we see this like a taxi and other like 4-door vehicle, and one like a mini bus. So it's just two types, let's say, at least on this picture. It's like mini bus one, or like how it's called, van, yeah, van, not van. And like this one, like a taxi here. So then for nature, it's just kind of this pretty random stuff, greenery here. Like sometimes you can see some distinctive tree, kind of very schematic, very simple in this situation. What is point with this? It's like it's our let's say like not like a palette, it's like vocabulary for this particular picture. So now look again. So we see array of these elements. We can see how they're like placed and how they organized. So there's certain rhythm, certain like dynamic here. It's kind of, you know. Also, I notice now have motorcycle. Okay. So when we distinct it so precisely, we consider it totally different way. It's not some kind of image which we then want to copy. No, it's a material, and we can like operate with this material in many different ways. You can move these elements around. You can put car here, you can put it there. You can move pillars. You can move a door or roads. You can move all these elements around to make sure it will be composition you want to see in your paper. So this is like very seldomly noticed for in tutorials or whatever. Like, you know, it's very important kind of aspect of work is to be to apply some analysis to drawing process, like in a narrative wise. So here what I'm doing now, you know, now I looking where is placement of these elements and which one I like and which one I like to change or little adjust. This approach gives you much more freedom kind of and control. And it's something like people really cannot understand like immediately. You need like really like repeat couple times and demonstrate and give them to try, because they always like tend to copy visually without breaking down and without making like preferences. Also here is like we have about like a 4 layers. Let's say also show the reference. So we can see definitely like this one, it's on the top. It's probably definitely it's probably like highest point here, and it's also this one and this one. Here is going down under this one. So we have this on the top, this in the middle, this lower, and this even lower. So about like 4 levels. Так. Mm. So here right now, like I composed like this road surface and pillars. So just to see, they will have like interesting shapes arrangement. Then now I need to also add to it electric pillars and vehicles. Because like sometimes, you know, people think important and hardest part is to draw realistically or to draw something look similar or exactly like something. When actual work, actual hard part is to organize everything. You need to organize it so it will like it will be like look interesting and like with some kind of musical quality to it, you know. It's like this is composition. It's when it let's say when it's have energy. It should be like vivid, you know. Nobody care like if you draw it's very uh similar to something very realistic or whatever. What's the point? Like when we see a picture, for example, like which is impress us, usually it's impress for reason of composition. It's about composition. No, or you will impress just about like, oh, it looks so realistic. So what? You kind of start to comparing it with a photograph and all this stuff. But so often, like artwork might be not very realistic. It's like more like cartoony or like very much stylized. Like look Miyazaki, like his drawing is very like stylized and simplified, but they are very good composed. They are very like very well developed. So because you're thinking about all this, how what do you show and how you arrange all these elements you're showing in your work. Because like here, for example, like I have this road, so it's only one car can move in here, right? But it might be a little on the left side or it might be a little on the right side. So it's already make it some rhythm, some movement. When is everything just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's more boring. So if you make some slight change, it will just so when we have like similar or same elements, we can place them like just one by one, like this. And this looks like if nothing happened. When we place them like little different distance or like little off this sides, so this start to have some rhythm and movement. So, and you kind of compose all pictures this way. You're thinking like it should be not a repeat if it's not purpose to make it boring. Like sometimes maybe you want to make a boring feeling, you will just repeat. But you can see here like all these things, they're moving around. We have this variety in proportions, in placement. So it's creating this kind of symphony. So even like here, like pillar, vehicle here. So they're not just like following each other. Mhm. Also, for example, so here we have these arrows. I will move them to here. So it will be like this kind of. So just for example, like how what works idea of this thing. Так, so let's see. There's double road. So you see, because now I have this pillar here, I don't like this car being here. So I will change it. Don't know, just even here will be better. Just a little change. So again, like I tell before, it's kind of funny thing. It's like when people confuse important thing with something secondary. Like for us, important thing is this kind of composition, is how we arrange all elements together. All this, like making realistically, making like correct perspective, this is secondary. So when viewer will watch your drawing, he will be impressed by your composition. He just don't know, like he don't know how it works. So usually he will tell you like, oh, your picture so amazing because perspective is great, or because so many details. You know, people just don't know what to say, so they will try to say something they understand, like some words they know. But and they will think this effect kind of happen on them like naturally, you know. It's like you're just transmitting your talent for them, you know. But this is actually just quality of composition. So if you make composition, your work will have this like effect, emotional impact kind of, you know. So if you don't have composition, your work don't have impact. It's just good practice, maybe it's demonstration of your skill, but it's not artwork. It's nothing to impress, like emotionally you cannot move people. So, and even like here, like I don't have story here, it's just like um, it's just like landscape view, right? But organizing this in interesting rhythms, it's already make it very interesting. Like you can zone watching this. Like me, I sometimes I watch my drawings while listen music. I really like, you play music, you watch, and you start to see how everything moving here. It's like it's became like animation. I don't know. You just like really cannot stop watching this picture. Так. So now kind of inking time. So this is what I tell all the time. In this, I don't hear anybody ever telling this thing. That's why I kind of make a YouTube channel to share my experience, my insights, kind of, right? idea is how we put together all these absolutely different aspects of work. One aspect is information, then it's composition, and composition like can be like abstract and let's say like a narrative. No, so here is a abstract demonstration of this, like how we use mix together abstract composition with narrative, with the meanings. So because each element here represented as abstract shape. So we have this kind of long curved lines, which stands for road. We have this kind of angles, and they represent what's called lamps, with like lamp poles. So they are like abstract shapes, and simultaneously they have a sense, they have meaning. So it's not just Kandinsky or Malevich when there's just some triangles and circles randomly on the picture. So because our brain, he like this thing, he like abstract composition for its like emotional impact, and he like information. He like to watch something like he can relate. So if it's like real place, is some kind of real situation which can happen, then he can concentrate, like he can focus attention on this. If it's only like a bunch of abstract stuff, then it's no reason to watch it. Mm. And it's work great when we put it together. So when we arrange together this information and abstract composition. Also, I think this is kind of effect of artist style. So when you see some artist style, we have this kind of extra quality in his work. I don't know how exactly called, but it's like, you know, it's like this game of recognizing things. So we see he like this artist, he will make some like very strong stylization, like he will do like a lot of abstraction. But then in this abstraction and this stylized images, we can recognize some real life objects. We can recognize people faces. We can recognize some like trees and animals, vehicles. For example, like Fred Moore. So he like very, very stylized. His work like super geometrical. And if we don't make this abstract work, when like let's say how's stylizing, like thinking in an abstract way, our drawing in the result will look like just more simple than a photograph, you know. So, for example, sometimes I watch comic books and some artists will draw like Fred Moore, like very abstract, a lot of stylization, a lot of this like geometrical processing. And other artist, he will make it like a lot of simplification. So it's like he reducing amount of details, but not other abstract qualities. Not work with kind of creating some interesting patterns, geometry. And it feels like if he draws just like make some kind of filter of photographs. So because it looks too similar to real images, so only fewer details. So it's like doesn't like not suggest anything more than this. So it's for myself, I just thinking it's kind of interesting nuance. And I try to push myself to work more abstract way, not to be like restrained with this idea of drawing like correct images, you know. Because like instead of being correct, being like clear and make impact is much better goal for artists. Have much more like quality in it. Yeah. So while I draw in some details here, you can push like, share this video. Also, you can see, since moment when you learn how to draw straight lines, and I don't know, can hold pencil and pen. Making these details became as just very simple thing to do. It's just like you need to little concentrate. You need to some like compose yourself. But again, like all work is done on a stage, on a pencil stage, when I decide about composition. And then this result of this work make me like make my like inking process just pure fun. It's just making some adjustments, refinement, make some details. If you don't make composition before inking, you will need to do it like while you draw, while you ink, and you need to make all these composition decisions, like where to put this one, where to put that. Are you sure it must be here, not here? And not only, again, not because like it will be more realistically or more correct, or whatever it means. But first of all, for composition, like, will it really make your composition better if you draw it there, not here? And when you didn't think about composition before you inking, you will need to think about all this during drawing, and it's really exhausting. It's very stressful, and like in 80% of situation it result to frustration when you will like disappointed in the result, because you doesn't have clear image what do you want. So result is will be not good. And this ability kind of draw without planning, it comes after you already have a lot of experience with planning composition and think through all stages. And even in these cases, it's never about like having some kind of ultimate composition skill, because like depending on a complexity kind of your goal. Like if you want something complicated to draw, you will need to spend some more time for thinking about composition. Well, if you draw something like what you draw every time, yeah, of course, then you don't need to think, you just kind of repeating yourself all the time. You became like this musicians who copy themselves like for the rest of the life, just making like same kind of songs all the time. And this kind of big difference, like repeat yourself or keep being yourself. So it's like you when you make different art, but in every of this art you make will be like your spirit, your personality kind of is different to being just repetitive when you just keep repeating same thing again and again. So to avoid this mindless repetition, you need to take pencil again and think about each step like if you're drawing first time, you know. Like don't afraid to be beginner, more like you're looking for this new challenges where you will like uh, baffled kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do in this situation. Так, so let's see here. Mhm. Now I erase all this pencil. So I make here like on the bottom a little darker, so it's kind of ambient occlusion effect. It helps to separate different levels, make some kind of distance. Так. Yeah, so here, like today, I draw from photo as usual in this YouTube channel. But same approach I use when I draw from life, from observation, and same approach when I make illustration, when I have like my own idea and um, I will need, like to find some reference image. Like every artist do, you need to find some reference images for your idea, and you will work in the same way. You will look for elements you need, and then recompose them for your purpose, for your goal. It's kind of a universal approach, and it's important to understand it. Like earlier you understand it, earlier you start to practice this, uh, faster you will be like fluent with this thing and go to more complex kind of master level. So here this like trees, foliage. It's also kind of element of this musical abstract composition because it has this kind of synesthesia effect, uh, like a noise, you know. So if this black kind of marks, they make this kind of nervous rhythm, then this trees, this foliage on background make kind of noise, like a very busy, chaotic background. So we like artists, it's our work to translate um, like from observation or from photo, translate our references into form of abstraction. It's just like marks on a paper. It's the lines, it's the spots, it's the shapes, and we're using these shapes and lines to show like real life objects or kind of express emotions um, or show some kind of real situations or similar, something we can see in real life, something we can associate with. If it's only triangles and circles, it's kind of hard to identify with this. It's like there's psychology test when was a video with triangles moving around, and some people start to make story about this, like if like one big triangle it was like abusive father, and small triangles it was like children, and other triangle is mothers, something like that. It's like you can, maybe you saw this test. It's very interesting, this experiment. So like for us, same happen with every artwork. We want to identify ourselves and we want to project real life experience into this set of lines and set of shapes. And as artists, we want to help viewer to make this projection, to make this identification. this kind of isometry drawing for today's finish for this video. Write me comments, what do you like, what do you want to see in other videos, what do you think? Share funny stories from your life or exciting ideas about universe and meaning of life. Yeah.